Hi, this is Allie with the Perception Trainers, author of The Perception Diet, and today I want to talk about positive thinking and why sometimes positive thinking can actually feel terrible, and how to get yourself to a place where you feel good thinking positively. So what I want to cover today in the video is what I want to talk about is number one, why thinking positively and why having positive thoughts versus, kind of having a negative outlook on life is so important for creating the life that you deserve to live. Number two, why or how we get ourselves into a state where thinking positive thoughts about ourselves and about our world actually feels bad. It doesn't make us feel better, it actually makes us feel worse, and why that happens. And then third, I'm going to talk about how to get yourself back to a state where thinking positively and creating a positive reality for yourself with your thoughts and with your perception, how to get back to that place. Okay, so starting number one, why is it important to think positively? Well, the thing is that your life is your perception, and if you are living a life where you are thinking negative thoughts about yourself, if you're expecting the worst all the time, if you are looking for things to go wrong, you're going to find those things. Okay, so the first thing to understand about thinking positively is that it's not about pretending that life is amazing when it isn't, or, getting around negative thoughts or negative things that are happening and pretending that they're not happening. It's really about you deciding to believe that this world is on your side and the universe is on your side, and deciding to see the good in your experiences, because at the end of the day, if you're sitting there believing that everything is good, and as in believing that everything is for your good, even hard things, even whatever, you're going to get something out of them, and you're going to live a life where you perceive that things are going well. And why not live a life where you perceive that things are going well? And the second thing is that, the more you positively focus on, all the good things that exist within you and all the good things that exist within your life, those things are going to be amplified. You're going to create more of those things. You're going to see more of those things, and you're going to have a life. You're going to live a life where you feel good. And that is important because you are worthy of living a life that feels good, and if nothing else, you deserve to feel good. And the second thing is that the more you feel good, the more you're living a life where positive things are happening for you, where you're perceiving positive things within yourself and you're perceiving positive things in your reality, the more you're serving other people. That's the best way to serve other people. When you're happy and when you are feeling blessed and you're feeling abundant, you're generous, you're kind, you're loving, you're compassionate, and you're creative. And all of these things everyone else deserves to have from you. So thinking positively and perceiving positively are, essentially the greatest thing you need, is the greatest thing you need to live the life of your dreams and to live the life that you were meant to live your purpose. So how do we get ourselves in this state where thinking positively about ourselves and about the world actually feels bad? Okay, so basically the way that I like to explain it is every single person has a baseline. So all humans have this baseline where we are not necessarily feeling amazing and on top of the world and like we're superstars, but we're feeling good. We're feeling generally good. We can get up in the morning, we can go about our day, and we can feel generally positive about it. And this is kind of our baseline. This is where we can kind of, hum, I would like to say, like on an everyday basis. You're not, like I said, you're not necessarily reaching for anything amazing at this point, but you're not falling down into depression, you're not falling down into anxiety. Life's ups and downs come and go, and you generally feel okay about that. And from this baseline place, this is where you can create that positive, amazing, extraordinary life. It's that from here, thinking positive thoughts, thinking about a future that is very bright, thinking about, reaching wildly crazy goals feels exciting, and it feels possible, and it feels like, oh, I want to do that. And from this place, being nice to people and being nice to yourself and improving the way that you think and you feel about this reality feels good. Okay? When you're below this baseline, So if you've been dealing with depression, if you've been dealing with anxiety, if you've been thinking negative thoughts about yourself and about the world in general for an extended period of time, chances are you're below this baseline, okay? You're not waking up in the day and going about your day and feeling pretty good generally. You're feeling, below that. You're feeling negative. You're feeling heavy. You're feeling depressed. You're feeling anxious. You're feeling obligated. You're feeling victimized. And all of these things, if you are hanging out in this place below baseline for long enough, okay, thinking thoughts above baseline, so like trying to think that like I am worthy, or I am beautiful, or I am going to achieve this wild goal that I have, or I'm going to create in my mind this life of abundance and riches and all this stuff that you're not experiencing right now, that's actually going to feel bad because it's so far away from where you are, okay? You're so below the baseline that this is going to make you feel guilty, or like you're not living up, or like crushing and impossible, and like so like it might even feel like someone's like dangling hope in front of your face and you just don't even believe that hope is possible, so it's just mean. Like it's going to feel bad, and that's the reason, is because you're so energetically far away from it that it's going to feel impossible. And like I said, you may even turn it around to be like, see, like I should be having this life where I'm abundant. I should be having this life where I love myself. I should be having this life where everything is going well and I'm achieving all these goals, and I'm not. Then that makes me a bad person. And so it makes you feel bad to think about those things. And it actually makes you feel better in the moment to think negative things about yourself and to think negative things about the world, because at least it helps you feel like you can stay where you are. And you're not a bad person for that. It's not your fault, right? That the world is the problem, and right? So you're staying in your vibrational comfort zone down here, and that's why thinking positively can actually feel crappy. It can actually feel worse. It doesn't actually make you feel better. And so what I want to say about this is, how do you get yourself to a place where you're at your baseline and you can start creating a positive life and a positive experience for yourself? So first things first is just forgive yourself. Fully and completely take the blame away. It's okay that you're below baseline. It's not something for you to beat yourself up about anymore. It's not anyone's fault. It happens, okay? And it's just a part of our experience. And for some, it's a part of their experience. And I want to tell you that I've been there. I've been below baseline, where thinking positive things about myself and the world actually felt crappier than just thinking my negative stuff. And I know how it feels, and I know how you get there. And so I just want to say that it's not your fault. It's no one's fault. It happens. And so to just forgive yourself, okay? So no more beating yourself up for the fact that you got there. It doesn't really matter why you got there. It's just, it is, and it's okay, okay? And then second thing, the real way to climb your way, like I call it the pit. Like it's almost like because that's right, you're below baseline. So the way to kind of get yourself out of the pit is not to try and reach for a thought that's really far away from the reality that you have right now. It's not to try and reach for a thought that's really far away from what you believe about yourself right now. It's to reach for a thought that's just 1 or 2 steps higher than where you are. Okay, so if you are struggling with your self-image, and you're struggling with self-hate, and so your baseline way down here is depression, and that you're not good, you're not worthy, and nothing's ever going to go your way. Don't try and think, I'm going to be Oprah, I'm going to be rich, and I'm going to be super successful. Think, okay, maybe I'm not the most special person in the world. Maybe I'm not the most beautiful person in the world. Maybe I'm never going to be super successful. But I am deserving of my own love. So just start with one thought greater than where you are. So maybe if your thought is, I'm a piece of crap and I don't deserve anything, think, you know what? I'm not as bad as serial killers. I'm not as bad as people who steal. I'm not as bad as people who do terrible things to children. I'm better than that. So I'm definitely not a piece of crap, right? I'm slightly better than some other people. And like I said, like, this is not where I want you to stop. This is not the thought that's like, okay, that's good enough, and you'll stay at I'm better than a serial killer. But that is an actual incremental step up from where you are that you can make, that you can then build off of. Okay, so maybe you go to, I'm not as bad as a serial killer, and that feels a little bit better, right? That feels better than I am the worst thing ever. And then you think, okay, you know what? Maybe I actually did do a few nice things. Maybe I did actually accomplish a few things. I'm proud that I got my high school diploma. I'm proud that I got up today and brushed my hair. Like, literally celebrate just little things that you did that day, and or little things that you have accomplished in your life, and just sit with that for a bit, right? And then from there, maybe I'm, actually kind of gifted at this thing. Maybe I am special in this way. Maybe I can afford to give myself a little love in this area, and then just stay there, right? So you're just taking little steps up to get yourself to baseline. So basically, the whole point is just to take one step up from where you are, to get out of the pit, and to avoid these thoughts, to avoid all of these thoughts that make you feel worse, the positive thinking and the manifesting and all that stuff that doesn't actually make you feel better, that really does make you feel worse. Avoid that for a while. Wait till you get back to baseline where you can live a life where you're pretty okay and you know you're all right. And the way to get there is just take one thought better than where you are, okay? Choose one better feeling thought. And you'll know because it will feel better. You know you've hit on the thought because it feels better, okay? It feels like slight relief. Even if you have to go from depression to anger, okay? A lot of people would say that, anger is a negative emotion. But the thing is, it's more positive than depression. It's more positive than anxiety because it's empowering. It's more empowering than these two things. So allow yourself to feel that anger, right? And that's what I'm saying, is just keep going one step up. Don't expect yourself to make these quantum leaps, okay? One step up, one step up, one step up, and then you get there, okay? So that's my video on why positive thinking can feel terrible at sometimes, and how to get yourself back to a baseline where positive thinking and positive creation can feel good and will feel good, and is possible from this place, right? And this is the last thing I want to say, is that real positive creation, real life expansion, real going for what you really want in this life isn't really possible from down here, okay? Because you can't feel it and you can't see it and it doesn't feel good. So don't try from there. Just get to here and know that once you get up here, you will be able to do that. You're not going to miss your future. You're not going to miss your dreams. You're not going to miss anything, okay? It's all there waiting for you. But you just need to get back up to baseline. And then once you're there, you'll take off from there, okay? So if you like this video, let me know. Comment, like, subscribe, anything like that. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. Any requests for videos, I'm happy to do that. And I will talk to you later.